After 7 years of review and much controversy, U.S. President Barack Obama rejected the proposed Keystone XL pipeline on Friday, saying it would not serve U.S. national interests. The proposed pipeline by TransCanada would have carried 800,000 barrels a day of carbon-heavy petroleum from Hardisty, Alberta to Steele City, Nebraska. The decision comes just weeks before world leaders gather in Paris for a United Nations conference on climate change. CCTV's Jessica Stone joins us now from the White House with analysis. And Jessica, this was a decision that took 7 years, and in the end, it wasn't really a surprise. What were the factors that led President Obama to reject the project?
Well, I think number one is oil prices. We've seen them be cut in half since the beginning of the year, and these oil sands producers in Canada need to make, according to a TD Ameritrade study, about $44 to $50 a barrel on the oil that they produce in order to make a profit. So we've already seen a slowdown of oil sands new production. The price of oil basically gave the president the leverage he needed to make a decision to not okay this pipeline. The other major factor here is timing ahead of the Paris climate talks. You know, this president really wants to make climate change his legacy. We've already seen a lot of groundwork being laid for the Paris climate talks, and they needed leverage going into these talks to ask for more sacrifice from other countries. It is something that the White House has been very plain about, saying that the climate change talks at Paris really drove this decision. Take a listen to the president last week.
And 3 weeks from now, I look forward to joining my fellow world leaders in Paris, where we've got to come together around an ambitious framework to protect the one planet that we've got while we still can. If we want to prevent the worst effects of climate change before it's too late, the time to act is now.
So, Jessica, there were some very sharp divisions, of course, on this proposed project. On the one hand, environmentalists, on the other, supporters of the project. What's been the reaction?
Well, I can tell you there was really outsized interest from the environmental community and the political community across the country on this. Environmentalists obviously elated. They had been singularly focused in many ways on getting this pipeline rejected by the administration. But they did take their eye off the reason that the president was able to make this decision in many ways. The hydraulic fracturing technique that is used to get a lot of this shale oil in the United States, which has led to its energy independence, is also controversial in environmental circles. So ironically, we may see them turn their attention to that. The other thing I would say is that supporters obviously discouraged. They saw this as a job creator and as a way to help the American energy industry. But they say that they will actually try in the Senate to overturn the president's veto. That does not look likely. They are disappointed about the lack of job creation that they say this would have done, although the administration says there was only going to be 35 jobs in the end created by this. This is going to drive oil to trains. That's where it's already being transported now, and there are some concerns about safety in North America about the safe transport of this type of oil. It's actually considered to be more flammable. We've seen some dramatic oil fires on trains as a result on it. But this will continue in Paris, and really we'll see, I think, some leverage for the administration going into these talks as a result of this decision.
Thanks, Jessica. That's CCTV's Jessica Stone reporting from the White House.